Move the chair.
Well, welcome to Worth It Fridays.
Yeah.
What the nani?
Hey, it's Tim,
Hey, it's David.
and welcome to this episode this week, March. I was gonna say March 10th, but I guess as of this recording, you're gonna see this on the Friday of this week. So cool. Today we have a lot to talk about because we're talking about what happened last month in terms of events. Because there are a few games, there was the Nintendo Direct last month as well, which we covered in full. But we weren't able to cover the other events like the State of Play. There was BlizzCon. Oh, sorry. State of Play is PlayStation's, I guess.
PlayStation's Direct.
Yeah, PlayStation Direct. There was BlizzCon, which was 2 days of new Blizzard games and stuff, as well as there was another Pokemon specific Direct. So we're all kind of just bunching all that and kind of just going over and just sharing our opinions and reactions and just over these topics, as well as just covering, I believe, what also the Crunchyroll 2020 Anime Awards, because I think that was, that's anime is out there. There's a lot of new anime which I'm not caught up on.
Yeah, there's a lot out there.
Yeah, I'm like looking at the list and it's just like I only know a few. So yeah, just bring some like highlights from the Anime Awards, and yeah.
Let's start with the PlayStation State of Play. In my opinion, I actually enjoy watching State of Play just because I'm more of a PlayStation guy out of the Xbox and Nintendo. So I thought this State of Play in February was actually pretty good. There's a lot of new games. I wasn't too sure what was it about, but it still looks good, and I think it's a good thing that each trailer kind of gets me kind of curious what it is. Because I think that's the point of the trailer, is like try to get your attention. So, let's.
So what would be your highlight of the State of Play? Like, what's your favorite game that you saw out of all the games listed?
That's a good question, because I know Knockout City was mentioned in the Nintendo Direct. So I thought it was I know for sure it's a free game. It's a free game to play. But it's just an interesting concept, just kind of throwing dodgeball, but it's more intense dodgeball where you can dash and counter or even throw your partner as a dodgeball if you can't find any dodgeball there. So that trailer there was pretty good just because the dev was explaining more in depth of what the game is capable of.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was really informative, so which was nice. But mostly that stuck out to me the most was Five Nights at Freddy Security Breach. Just because I am a Five Nights at Freddy fan, but like I'm too wimpy to play those horror games. So I watched Game Theory, right? Because Game Theory is so good at like explaining these like more context and more in depth of the story, which
Totally.
I'm more of a story guy. So just seeing Security Breach is like, whoa, it's open world now. It's not like point, click, turn left, right, click cameras and all this stuff. It's actually you're running around exploring this open world of. It looks like this crazy Chuck E. Cheese area. So, just seeing that and just kind of seeing some of the gameplay where I'm like, okay, instead of you sitting still and watching the cameras and looking around, now you're running around. Like, how is the monsters going to come out? Because usually in the original Five Nights at Freddy games, they come to you and jump whenever. But now it's actually in the gameplay, you actually see them running and chasing after you. So I'm like, oh snap! This is where like, it's cat and mouse now. Like instead of you trying to close the door on them, you have to run and hide now. So I thought that was pretty cool.
I always keep thinking like, oh, the last FNAF game will be the last one, and then nope, they always bring another one.
Yeah.
Somehow.
It's very impressive how the game started too, right? Just like it's a very simple concept, looking left and right, and then there's more in depth and more new added stuff, and then with the story now is so in depth and there's so many mysteries to solve. Like I know that bunny in Security Breach that you see like near the end of the trailer. I know that bunny was a main villain in the VR game, Five Nights at Freddy. So I kind of like how it kind of correlates to that. I'm assuming they correlate. Who knows? Like they might be completely due to a different person, but it's just kind of good to see. Like, oh yeah, that bunny's back now. So we'll get to learn more about it. So even though I feel like I'm brave enough to play Security Breach, just because I feel like I can run now. But anything is kind of like I'm stuck in one spot and it's all point and click. I just, for some reason, it's just the experience is way too scary for me. I don't know. Are you brave enough to play this game too?
Oh heck no. Heck no. I can't even play the last any of the other FNAF games. So I'm like, if I can't play those ones, I don't think I can even play this one.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. Another highlight I think for me would just be Deathloop. I know we talked off camera about this, but yeah, if the game is actually like some sort of murder, like groundhogs replay, like where you die, you can kind of like find a different route and see if that works or not. That's kind of cool, and the gameplay definitely seems unique for its for what it is. So that seems really exciting for time, and as well as Sifu. It just brings a lot of the
Sleeping Dog?
Yeah, I always forget that for some reason. Sleeping Dog's vibe to it, so I'm like, it's very exciting.
Yeah, like Sifu definitely gave me the vibe of Sleeping Dogs, and as well as, I don't know if you're old school players, if you play Jet Li Rise to Honor on the PlayStation 2, that gave me that vibe, like nostalgic feeling. Oh yeah. The trailer is pretty cool, but like I was like, I don't know, Tim, like I was pretty confused of what the whole game was about because like you see this young Asian guy, he's going in getting ready to fight, and then he's beating up some cool guys with some cool counters that I'm like familiar with from Sleeping Dogs, and then next thing you know, like you see a guy with a sword. I'm like, oh yeah, this is the triad stuff, like grab that sword, right? And then the guy died, but then the confusing part is he got up, but he didn't beat him. and then the whole trailer itself is just keeps going, fighting, and then when you die, your beard gets longer and grayer, and you keep going. So I'm trying to comprehend like what is this game all about? I don't know. Like, any thoughts on that, Tim? Like,
yeah,
what do you think the game is?
I assume this game is like purely single player, and it's kind of something like how they like introduced it made it feel like it was very like it pulled like a scene from like Daredevil, like in that like alley hallway thing with like all the guys there, and you're like gonna beat him up and stuff like that, but then like the Sifu guy doesn't, and then he comes. I guess maybe the point is like you go there, you like die, but then like you can like gain experience and come back, and I guess as you gain experience you like get older or something. That's kind of my like gist of it. But
it kind of sounds like Deathloop too at the same time, right? Dying, but then you get back up and trying to find a way. Before we continue with Sifu, I just have to say Deathloop was probably the best trailer I ever watched. Just because the song that was being played, I think it's like an original song, but the whole lyric was just about saying the title of the game, Deathloop. And then the whole action pack and James Bond style really it got my attention, that's for sure. I'll tell you that. Like, it got my attention, so I think they did a really good job to make a trailer like that. It's very impressive, in my opinion.
Yeah, I was watching it live when it did air, and I think I remember like all of chat was just like, dude, jamming to the music. Like the music's better. What is the gameplay, or something? It was just like the music was actually so good.
It's so good. Yeah.
But, like, what do you think about games like the what is it, Oddworld, Soulstorm?
I don't know much of Oddworld Soulstorm, but I know Epic Games was giving out a free game. I think it's like the game before Soulstorm.
Yeah,
it's like Oddworld something.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of got the gist of it. But from what I understand, it's a side scroller game, but it's like super 3D. Very in depth with the environment, which is pretty cool. From what I understand, from the trailer, is like you can save your people, and then you can use your people to help you solve puzzles, or from what I understand, use them as a meat shield. I think, I don't know, it was like there's one scene in the trailers where you're running away because there's like fireballs coming at you, and then you have your bunch of people like following you, but they're all getting hit. But I don't know if that's a good thing, saying, hey, but they're kind of like your meat shields, you know.
Sacrifices must be made.
Yeah. So I think it's a pretty cool concept, especially for a side scroller game. Like I don't know if I'm really a fan of side scroller games. Like here's my take on side scroller game. When I see a side scroller game, I'm like, well, that's cool. But maybe it's bad for me to say, but like I don't really like jump into like, oh, I'll buy it, because it's, I don't know, I'm more into like 3D third person running around kind of thing. So, but with Oddworld and explanation from the game developers about it, it kind of got my interest, because I realized how much in depth they put into the whole concept and what options you can do. And as well as they said, like, depending on the end of the game, when you beat the game, there's like different approaches, so you can get different endings. So I thought that was pretty cool to see. I feel like it's like depending what you use for your people. So that's my intake on Oddworld Soulstorm. Don't really know much, but it is quite interesting to hear. But what's your take, Tim?
Very similar thoughts as well. I never played the previous Oddworlds. Again, the appeal. I am pretty like I love any game that like just like has like a nice aesthetic or something like that, and like Oddworld has that kind of charm to it. It definitely makes it really cool, that the fact that it's very, like, they call it like 2.5D, or like, you know, it's a side scroller, but then there's like 3D objects interacting with you, like, so it's very interactive in a unique way of doing a side scroller. And of course, like, you have like all like your minions, or like I guess your colony that you're saving or not saving, which you're sacrificing. So it's a cool mechanic, and I think that's the fact that it's also kind of like I guess story driven with like different endings, kind of makes it interesting too. So that's I'm curious about it.
Yeah, I think if it is based on how you approach saving your people, it kind of reminds me of BioShock, about saving the children or killing them to get more power. And just based on your approach, you can get different endings. So I think that's what really got my attention, was like, oh yeah, that reminds me of BioShock. And like, yeah, story-driven games are very interesting on how you approach it, what kind of character you're building for Oddworld. So yeah, I'm actually curious, Tim. The game Returnal. Yeah, Returnal. Like, what are your thoughts on Returnal? I think it's the second game that they present in State of Play.
Yes, that's right. It reminds me a lot of that Hideo Kojima game, that was it Death Stranding? Just in the sense that, like,
yeah,
the fact that you can like die, but then like you can come back, and like your world is impacted. So like this is essentially what that game is that like when you die, every like the world around you like more, so it's like different, even though it's like so I guess that's the kind of like the theme of this kind of event, with the mini games being like dying and being able to try again, maybe, or just sacrificing. I don't know.
Yeah. I definitely got the Death Stranding vibe too. I think it's because when they wear the helmets or stuff. I don't know. It's like Dead Space.
Yeah, like
Death
space,
Stranding.
astronaut, alien, like dark. That's essentially the thing. No, but it looks very, very like snappy gameplay. Like it's like a very snappy like third person shooter. I think it was. I don't think it was, or it was a first person.
It's hard to tell, because I know there's moments like I can't tell if the first person was a cutscene or is actually gameplay.
That's fair.
It's you know, like, because from what I understand of the game is you're in this dark world, and somehow your darkest memories are coming back to life, and you're witnessing it, kind of thing. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of the episode of Naruto Shippuden. Like, yeah, I was watching Naruto this week, and it's pretty much the setting was that the third tail beast was coming, and then his special power is that he has this fog, and then this fog, whatever it does, is some kind of weird genjutsu stuff where it kind of makes you visualize your darkest secrets that you're not happy with, and it kind of reveals like ha ha ha, it's like mocking you. So with Returnal, I feel like it's the same thing where you're just this female character just running around into this dark world, and there's monsters incoming, but then there's some kind of like foggy thing where your darkest memory comes to life. I know that one of the scene was she was like she saw this house, and she's explaining how like, oh, like this house, it's really bad, I don't feel safe, this gives really bad memories, but now it's coming to life, kind of thing. And then that's when I got confused, where the third person camera of her walking into the house, but then it goes first person mode, right? And then you see actually her hands opening the door, but you're like, is this cutscene or gameplay? And then at the end of that part, it's like, oh, it's exactly the same way how I left the house. And you're like, and then for some reason, the house looked like Silent Hill PT in my opinion. I'm like, oh shoot, this is creepy now. So I don't know. I think it'd be pretty cool to have both perspectives in the game, where you get third person and you go straight to first person. I don't know, like, what do you think of that concept, Tim?
For like, I think having a first person definitely tells a better story, so maybe that's why they went for that. And then like for gameplay, yeah, I do generally like, I think the third person camera perspective more than a first person, but I think that's just because I'm more used to playing like general RPGs or something like that. So
that's true. General, yeah, general RPG is mostly third person, eh? Yeah. So yeah.
There's lots of visual. Oh, I mean, yeah. I was gonna say that I'm pretty interested in, at least in looking into it. I don't have a PS5, but I mean, if I was to get one, then this game would kind of like be on my radar. It's very aesthetically, like there's a lot of like visual effects, from like the monsters to like your shooting, so it looks pleasing, and the mystery thriller is like enough to kind of like brings out your curiosity. So
yeah,
hopefully it's a good one.
Oh, yeah. And then, you know, it's crazy how these games, when I look at the trailer, they all kind of showcase fast loading screen, right? And like audio sounds, and like, and especially with the new controller feedback, haptic feedback, it's just kind of like interesting to see like, hey, I just want to play the game because the graphic looks great and what the story is, but now as a bonus, like every game is going to have a different experience because of the haptic feedback. So I'm actually like, PlayStation did pretty well, because now like every game I just want to get just to see what it feels like.
That's
you know,
true. That's true. Yeah.
Like it's like what it feels like to play this kind of game. So, yeah, I think PlayStation 5 has a one-up on Xbox in my opinion, because like I don't know if like Xbox do they have any like haptic feedback?
I don't think so. I think the controller is just more or less normal, like from what they've had.
Yeah, just like a regular rumble vibration kind of thing. Yeah, but what I really respect Xbox is the size of their console. Like the Series S is like,
that's true. It's a lot.
It's
more
clean.
compact.
It's small, more packed, easier to fit around where you put it around your house, kind of thing. Compared to the PS5, it's a
huge box.
It's a huge box. It's pretty much a gigantic modem, right? For your Wi-Fi, which I'm not complaining. It's edgy. I like the idea, but like, you know, that's the thing that's kind of winning me over to PlayStation compared to Xbox game is it's the haptic feedback. The experience of the game is so different now. So yeah, that's my take on that.
But if you guys are Xbox fans or you guys have Xboxes, I mean, let us know, like, I mean, like how you are enjoying either the new console and stuff like that as well with the games, because I think in general we're more PS4 guys or PlayStation guys, because we have like PS4 and earlier PlayStation experiences. So anyways, if you guys are Xbox owners, like, let us know how the new console is and stuff like that as well, because I'm pretty sure there's some decent, I mean, there's always like exclusive games for each console, right? So it's whoever your friends are playing with, that's where you want to go.
And by all means, I'm not bashing Xbox or anything. It's just my thoughts on it. Like I do enjoy Halo. and I do enjoy Gears of War. To be honest, I bought the Xbox 360 just because of those two games. Well, that's how good the games are. So I'm not saying I'm all PlayStation, but I'm mostly PlayStation. Not all, mostly.
Like if I had an Xbox, I think the one game I'd definitely be playing is Forza Horizon 4.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Right now.
Yeah.
Just because that game is only on Xbox. I mean, I guess it's on PC, and it's on Steam now, which is kind of cool. But essentially, that came out originally for Xbox, so I would have had that. And plus, their controllers are still pretty good nowadays. So
I have to say, yeah, I actually enjoyed the Xbox controller compared to the PlayStation. Well, this is the 4, not the 5, unfortunately. But
yeah, I don't know how the 5 is.
Yeah, this is the Arkham Knight series, steel gunmetal PS5.
If you guys have PS5 controllers, let us know how that is.
Yeah, I'm actually curious.
I feel like
it's
I should just get one,
I know. I kind of was hoping, like Best Buy like showcase PS5 and you can actually hold the controller. But COVID, right? COVID prevented that.
So sad.
You know what I mean? Like I remember going to like Best Buy or Future Shop way back in the day. Future Shop. You know how they just showcase like a TV and then you see the console in the glass display and then the controllers are just sticking out like that McDonald's video game area and you're just playing. I remember playing Peter Jackson's King Kong movie game.
Oh gosh.
For like half an hour straight just because my dad's just doing his own shopping. But I'm just sitting there and then it's funny how I got so good at the demo that it's like entertaining to watch. I had a crowd of people behind me just kind of watching, just kind of seeing like, whoa, look at this monkey kind of thing. So anyway, that's like off topic. So what else? Oh, it's showing here.
Well, we can go with the stylized game, which is called Solar Ash.
Yes, Solar Ash. That was quite interesting. But I'm actually curious what your initial thoughts on this, Tim.
So I haven't played their first game. So this is their second game. But their first game was called Hyper Light Drifters, which was really good, really well received. So it's really cool that they come back with a 3D, like kind of like sci-fi space adventure now, and it looks like it's very visually pleasing with the way they stylized it. And the fact that they emphasize like movement and like you're just kind of essentially like rollerblading, ice skating like everywhere. Speed is the main game, like the main way to play this, which is really cool.
Yeah, the need for speed.
The need for speed.
Totally different game, but yeah, like I agree with you. It's visually pleasing. Bright colors, very unique abstract art they use. It kind of gives me the No Man's Sky vibe with the graphics, so that's pretty cool. What I really like about the game is the whole concept is, would you say platform? Just jumping onto platform.
Yeah, it's a platformer, 3D platformer.
Yeah, but just kind of seeing like it's a platformer game with full of speed, but has like epic moments of fighting little monsters or boss fights. So that really caught my attention just because right now I'm looking at the trailer right now on my computer screen.
The dragon,
like this giant dragon.
Yeah,
the dragon. I was like, oh, that's cool. And now you're riding the back of the dragon, so it's like platformer, but it's like moving platformer. So it really it's pretty like entertaining every time you do anything. It's not like there's any stalls or anything. It's like the game is always making you move. There's no pause or anything. So I thought that's got my attention for it, so I thought it was pretty cool again.
Yeah, same as well.
Yeah.
And another beautiful game is the Kena Bridge of Spirits.
Yes, the Disney movie game I call it. Right? Yeah, the Kena Bridge of Spirit game. I was very impressed with the graphics itself. Mostly on the gameplay graphics. Just because it looks like you're watching a movie the whole time, but no, you're actually playing the game, which is really cool. But I'm just hoping when the game releases, it's not like those moments where you're like, hey, an E3 trailer, this shows this. Like the infamous Spider-Man water puddle scenes, you know? Yeah, it's like, you know,
just gotta hope.
It's just gotta hope it works. And I totally understand from the the trailer perspective that the game's not running the whole game itself. It's just running that certain level. So of course it has enough time to like render all those nice graphics. But besides the graphics, I thought it was pretty cool of the choices you can choose to fight. So I think you use a spear, and your spear becomes a bow too, and it has the cool dodging features to it. So yeah, I was pretty impressed with the whole concept of the story. It kind of gave me the vibe of that new Disney movie, the new South Asian Disney. What's it called? Raya, the Last Dragon.
Is it Reina?
Raya? Raya? I'm just searching up Raya. Raya and the Last Dragon. Yes.
Yeah. It definitely kind of seems like that.
It gave me that vibe, right? It's like, wait, is this the same thing?
The character.
I'm not being racist.
Yeah.
I'm not being racist at all, but it's just a coincidence how this movie came out and then this game popped out, right? And it's very similar, but has its own uniqueness. So
yeah, that's definitely a first impression right there. I think another first impression of the game as well is it might be very Pikmin-esque in a sense, because you're kind of using those.
Cute little dudes.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the cute little dudes to like solve puzzles and move around, like get them to move and do certain things. So I feel like they'll have some very cool Pikmin puzzle like stuff in there, which is really cool. Aside from like your 3D platforming, which I think or 3D platforming adventure puzzle solving kind of game. So it's really cool.
And visually it's beautiful, right? Because it looks like it's in the spirit world, and she's trying to connect with all the spirit creatures, and visually it's like pretty colors. Definitely they hit the fantasy part of the game. Like this is like a true fantasy game, right? So yeah, pretty cool.
All right.
To be honest, I'll do it for the cute little guys. Let me find the cute little guys. Join my journey. Help me fight these monsters.
Yeah, so the last two games that were presented are Crash Bandicoot and Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate.
Integrate. Yeah. So
Crash Bandicoot 4 already came out last year, September. So now they're just saying this is on, this is like it's Crash Bandicoot is always like essentially the mascot for PlayStation. So I'm not surprised that like we get, confirmed like here's like the latest Crash Bandicoot game for the latest PlayStation system. So again, good game. I haven't played it, but I assume
I'm actually curious.
Really good.
I'm actually curious if have you ever played any other Crash Bandicoot games?
Yeah, I played the first, at least like the first two that I can remember, and then like there's like Crash Team Racing or something like that. So I love the Crash games when I got like my PS1 back then. So
yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to remember the last Crash Bandicoot game. I forgot what it's called, but it was on, I know Crash is more on the Sony side, but
there was
I got it
GameCube one, right?
I got the GameCube one.
Yeah.
And then it's like a simple platformer game. I don't know. I was like into it, but then not really invested to the story. Just, like, I don't know who this guy is, but based on the trailer of Crash Bandicoot 4, like pretty much remastered to PS5. Literally they're just showcasing how they had feedback will make it more advanced experience. What was really interesting, they have the 3D audio setting. That's pretty cool. But it's faster loading time and the colors really bright.
Of course.
Yeah, so I think this game's pretty much showcasing the capability of what PS5 can actually give.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty cool. But I don't really know much about him, so I just know he runs, gets some apples. I think it's apples, right?
Apple, yeah.
Is it apples? Yeah.
It's apples.
And then he does a tornado spin like the what's that Looney Tune characters? The Tasmanian Devil. There you go. Running around in circle.
Yes.
But, yeah.
And then as well, the last thing they showed in the showcase was Final Fantasy VII Integrate, which is a DLC with essentially Yuffie from the Final Fantasy VII series. And then, was it also here where they also teased like the mobile games as well? No, right? No, that was just
no.
That was after, right? So the Yuffie DLC really cool. I think they're continually gonna like maybe I don't know how much they're gonna expand, but it's nice that they're slightly expanding this first game, I guess, and then whoever gets the PS5 gets the included DLC with it. And as well, if you have the PS4, you get the free upgrade to the PS5 once you get it. So always nice to get the free upgrade when you get a PS5. Not all of your games are lost from your last gen, I guess now. So very hyped. It looks good. Loading times again. All the showcasing is loading times. Graphics are better. And like so, just nothing else to really comment. Final Fantasy VII is a great game. I still need to play it, so maybe we'll do some sort of like longer. Maybe we'll do like also stream it or something at some point to kind of review it.
Yeah, like I was like already impressed with the graphics. Like, how are they gonna make the graphics so better? And I'm like, shoot, they did it. They actually made it better. They add more fog effects, which is pretty cool. More lighting, it's brighter and clearer. And yeah, like I was pretty much fine with the PS4 graphics, but now I know like it could be better now. So it's great. And I'm just curious, Tim. Like, I never played Final Fantasy VII. I just know who the characters are. Thank you, Kingdom Hearts, for teaching me Final Fantasy characters. I don't know if that should be a good thing I should be saying there, or that's a sad thing to say. But yeah, I am aware of these Final Fantasy characters, and I'm just curious: is Intergrade, which is the Yuffie's DLC, is that between the story of Final Fantasy VII, or is that continuation at the end of the game?
See, I don't remember my recollection of Final Fantasy VII.
Okay.
So like, I think so. Right now, what I think I'm not sure of is whether it's most likely in like the Final Fantasy VII universe, but like, because I'm also remembering when they also released was it like Final Fantasy VII like Crisis Core and stuff like that a while ago, like a long time ago. So I think that's the point of like what they're doing with Integrated. Maybe Yuffie's from the Crisis Core or something. Actually, no. I feel like she's in the main game, but I think they're kind of just teasing new characters slowly, and instead of like maybe just big chunks when they release like part 2 of Final Fantasy VII or whatever. So.
Okay, I see. Yeah. I wasn't as hyped because I'm like, oh, Yuffie, and then some other guy comes and he has a slow-mo screen up to his face, and I'm like, who? So I was like, shoot, I'm missing out. Yeah,
it's really cool that they're updating this game with like more like content. So I hope they do that. I mean, I guess we're all expecting a part 2 at some point, but I mean, if they can add more stuff to the first remake, then yeah, go for it.
Yeah. And the cool thing about it is that Final Fantasy VII Remake, just the remake, is actually free for March PS Plus. That's pretty cool. It's like, hey, by the way, if you have a PS Plus membership and you just saw this DLC, well, come on by. We'll give it to you for free and just play it for fun.
Yeah, it's a great RPG to have during this time.
Yeah, so that's awesome. I think that's pretty much it for State of Play.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for State of Play. Again, let us know what you guys think about the State of Play. They didn't show that many games, I guess, but I think to showcase more of the PS5, they did what they did their job essentially. Like showcasing better graphics, load times. I still want a PS5, but don't have money right now.
It's hard these days. It's limited.
Oh yeah, you can't even get a PS5 or something right now, right? So, oh man, good luck to anyone still trying to get a PS5. I hope you guys can get one. It definitely seems worth it with all the low time shortcuts here. Oh, jealous.
Yeah, jealous. Alrighty.
Before we move on to the next event, of course we are Worth It Fridays, so we generally do quick reviews. So we just wanted to talk about our latest quick review, which is Kirby Star Allies. We're not gonna get into it, so if you guys want to watch it, we'll paste a link in the description, as well as maybe some sort of like tagline thing in the upper box. You'll see it. So David, just if you can remember, what was your like most favorite moment of like Kirby Star Allies?
I won't spoil it, but near the end was pretty epic for me. But what really stuck out to me was the capability of having local multiplayer where you can just pass the Joy-Con like, hey, help me out here. I need to solve this puzzle. And the cool thing about the co-op is it doesn't just help you fight the monster, but you can also make cool combination of combining elements or skills together. So, and they make it super flashy where it's like satisfying, like, yeah, we got a fire sword. All right, here we go. And start hacking slashing and stuff. So yeah, and I was playing with my fiance too. So that was probably my favorite moment. It's just that it's a simple game. There's no reason to fight each other about if you're screwing up or anything. It's just that simple and fun. So that's probably my most memorable moment. Simple, anyone can play, and it's very flashy and entertaining to see.
Awesome. My favorite moment, or I guess I have moments. It's not necessarily the most favorite moment, but like just moments in general that really stuck out to me is just like whenever you have the like the interactions of like when you combine like certain like elements or like certain like power-ups together, and then they form this thing. Like you can get like it was like if you like spray ice against like a it was a fireball or something, like you get like a different element, ice, or like an ice ball, and you can like, so all those like they like have like cutscenes and close-ups of like all the combinations of power-ups. So that just made it feel like really cool. Like especially like it was really cool when like just like every time you do like the 4 Kirby thing and you power up together and you make that like Kirby ring and you just like roll down things. Yeah, just like moments like those where like they just like all the power-ups just like felt like they made a really big impact, and it just like that was really fun. Otherwise, like the funny moments are like when you could like play as the fighter, because the fighter always grabs people, so you just grab your friends and then you just
Chuck him down.
So that's essentially just a quick snippet of our Kirby Star Allies quick review. Go watch our video, a quick review of it to see just a good classic game. Now the game's kind of old. I think 2018, right? When it came out.
It's one of the first game that came out for the Switch, was it?
Oh, maybe it's 2017 then. Yeah, so it's a bit older of a game, right. But it's still good. If you have people to play with, definitely that game is like really good to play with. So so moving on, the next event that we cover is BlizzCon 2021. I know you're not a big crazy Blizzard guy because we don't play that many games from Blizzard. I haven't really played WoW, so we're not gonna go too much into it. I do want to note that I know you like Overwatch and stuff like that, so just for anyone else out there, if you guys haven't seen the BlizzCon, there's a bunch of channels, or you can find it from their official channel and stuff like that. Just go watch the BlizzCon there. But from like in terms of just highlights, a lot of the highlights were essentially teasing more Overwatch 2 information, so how they like to rework some champion roles and how they're adding new champions and new maps and stuff like that, and as well as this more insight on the single player campaign, which is really cool. Just more Overwatch, which they haven't really teased any release date, so that game seems to like be in development, so we might not see it for a while. But the more closer ones that at least that was presented was the Shadowlands WoW expansion, really cool. Again, don't play WoW, but whoever do, I'm pretty sure it's good. WoW Classics getting Burning Crusade. I know Burning Crusade is generally a decent expansion, at least when that came out. So again, for any people playing WoW Classic, I hope that's really fun for you guys. And then they went to Diablo 4. I've played Diablo 3, and I kind of get the story, but I don't know if you've seen the trailers, David, but the trailers for Diablo 4, at least when they did their first trailer, I know that they showed like the more rogue trailer, which is cool, but the first trailer is super demonic, and I was like
okay.
It's like crazy. But yeah, no, let's talk about what do you think of the rogue trailer?
So coming a guy who has no idea what Diablo is all about, based on watching WoW, WoW is different, sorry. Probably offended a bunch of fans there. I'm sorry. But Diablo, I remember the cover of Diablo 2. It's like a creepy skull guy. I think that's their famous game cover there. But from my understanding, it's kind of like a bird's eye view platformer, not platformer, a game where you kind of run around, just use your skills and attack skeletons and monsters.
Action RPG.
Action RPG, yeah. So kind of get a sense of that. So, but then the Rogue trailer was actually pretty impressive with the graphics and stuff, and just kind of understanding like who is this lady coming in to like talk to the Pope, and then what really got me was like when she was like putting in people's ears just on the bench behind him and whispering like, "Oh, I have sinned, Lord, Pope, I need forgiveness," and all this stuff. And I'm like, ooh, this is the Diablo theme, eh? It's pretty dark and gory and stuff. So I thought it was pretty cool. My impression was it like, I don't know, like, whoa, what's up with all these ears? Like, is Diablo all about ear fetish? Like, and I totally get it when the Rogue like showed her like full face and her side. I was like, oh, she doesn't have an ear. Oh, I get it. So it's kind of like a vendetta. Like, okay, if I don't have an ear, I only have one ear, everyone should get one ear. So I'm like, oh, okay. So it's really weird to see the Pope open that closet and be like, oh, look, there's a bunch of ears. And I don't know how he's going to identify whose ear is ears, because they're all different shapes, but how do you know who is who, right? So but at the end of it, I think the whole theme was to show how badass this Rogue is, right? This class here. And it definitely show how her skill base, where she shoots arrows, which is cool, but she also has this crazy dual blade, I think. She just cut through someone's stomach wide open, and
she's like a mixture of like an assassin and like an archer, kind of like at the same time. It's kind of really cool.
Yeah, I feel like she's a bit OP because she has some like good long range attack and close range attack, and I'm like, whoa, she's pretty OP here. So yeah, I don't know much to say. I was pretty impressed with the trailer. It definitely shows what Diablo is really all about. So
Diablo 4 seems pretty hype. I don't remember if they showed like a release date for that, but I hope it's soon. It's actually, no, maybe not actually, because Diablo 2 remake is coming, which is I think it's definitely really hyped, as I think a lot of people that played like the Diablo games, Diablo 3, love Diablo 2, because Diablo 3 is so different than Diablo 2. I've never played 2, but I know that like there's a lot of differences in terms of like progression and skill trees and stuff like that. So I'm glad that a game like Diablo 2 is coming back, and they're bringing all the quality of life changes. So if you guys are like excited for Diablo 2, like let us know. This is a really cool like remake from Blizzard, and hopefully this gives a chance to bring some goodwill back to Blizzard, because I feel like Blizzard's kind of like more so under the radar now, just because of a lot of drama that's happened. But aside from that, Diablo 2 is really cool, and yeah, I think that's really all I have to say for it. I'm glad this bring online. It's cross play and cross progression. It's also coming to the Switch, which is really cool. So another probably great action RPG coming to a Switch console, which is probably really good. Yeah, we need more of these like 4-player kind of party like action RPGs that we kind of just either play through or mindlessly grind through.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, I know we didn't share too much on BlizzCon 2021. So again, we'll link either like a reel or something in the description, in the links as well. So
but the good thing about BlizzCon is it was a 2-day event, and I think they really hyped up. I think they have a segment of cosplayers.
I think so, yeah.
Where they kind of show off like who has a cool, who has.
Yeah.
And I have to say, the cosplayers for BlizzCon is so impressive.
Definitely.
I feel like that's one of the main highlights of BlizzCon itself, is just because of the cosplay, male or female or non-gender, whatever it is. Right on, like you can definitely tell how much of these artists work really hard on the costume, and it's just very impressive.
It's
to
really,
look.
really impressive,
and it really helps the game to feel more alive.
And brings a sense of community in a sense too, right? So
really exactly cool. Right. So
really cool.
Yeah, I really respect BlizzCon for that. So and the fans there.
A quick note: I'm glad they're bringing like a whole bunch of events to their other games. Like their Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm, any other Blizzard game that I don't really know right now, and then as well as some old classics too. I think as well, like 3 Vikings, stuff like that. not again, not too crazy into them, but I'm glad they're doing it.
Ooh, I teleported.
Whoa.
Whoa, I'm in a different spot now. I wonder what happened there.
So moving on, we have the
Yeah.
Crunchyroll Anime Awards 2021. We're not gonna go over everything here. So if you guys do want to see, like what animes got what awards, we'll also put a link in the description. You guys can check it out there. So, because they do like a 5-minute highlight reel of like just all the awards. So everything is just there in 5 minutes. So it's pretty cool. But we will just highlight some of them just to kind of like just talk about like what we do know, because there's a lot of animes that we don't know, or at least I don't know. So I just know that like there's some ReZero season 2 in there, because I know that came out pretty recently. I still haven't watched it myself, but I'm glad ReZero season 2 got some awards, like best VA, Japanese, best fantasy. What does that mean? Best fantasy, like the genre?
I guess so. Yeah. I was thinking that too. I'm like, best fantasy. Like I get best comedy because it's like okay, comedy, but fantasy is like,
I guess genre. Okay, sure.
Yeah,
That's fair.
yeah, it is pretty cool fantasy in ReZero world. Yeah.
What are some highlights for you as well from the Crunchyroll Anime Awards?
So I didn't watch the full award, so I didn't see the nominees, but like I'm a huge fan of My Hero Academia, so I was really happy to see that My Hero won for the best fight scene, because Deku versus Overhaul was like the most epic emotional ride ever, because just kind of give it context, it's like usually the main character Deku, you see him like become OP, but there's limitations, right? But then with this fight, it's like, oh no, this is it, like no limitation at all. So I recommend watching it, just because the art style was so unique, and you can definitely tell that during the fight scene that they actually spent a lot of detail just for that cutscene. It's not like those dinky like I don't know, if you notice like when you watch like Naruto, for example, and the character's like really far off, and then they're kind of just random like circle and shapes blobs, but it's that character. Compared to if you get really close, they're more detailed designs. So yeah, with that fight scene, it was like pretty epic. So definitely happy to see that My Hero Academia won that. What else? I feel so bad because I don't even like Tim. Like I don't even know most of these anime.
There's so many new animes out here.
Yeah. I guess another one would be Best Boy. I thought that was an interesting award. Like, how would you award someone for being the best boy?
Is that like maybe it's like I guess maybe they presented that or explained it through the full presentation. Again, I didn't watch the full the award ceremony, but I assume I don't know. It could either go from best boy, or they're just saying that's pretty much either best waifu and best husbando here.
If it's best husband, I don't know. The award goes to Haiku Hinata, Shoyu Hinata. I would say he's probably like the coolest main character in Haiku. One of them, but I don't know. As a husband, I don't know. What would you think, Tim? Do you think he's a good? Like, do you watch Haiku?
No,
Tim?
I haven't watched Haiku.
No. Haiku is one of the best ones.
But that's what it sounds like, It's best husbando here.
It's kind of hard to tell because he's more of a kid. But, but I would say he's probably the best guy. Like he's fun. He gives you a sense of relief. He's always lighting up the mood in every situation. I guess he's the best boy of the anime world. So yeah, I guess I agree. Yeah, I'm a Haiku fan, and I think that's a good award for Haiku. Anything else for you?
Not necessarily, but I am curious now about the anime of the year, which is Jujutsu Kaisen, which I've heard from a few people now that this is a really good anime. So if any viewers out there watching or have seen, or maybe they're still airing. So if you guys are still caught up to Jujutsu, you know, like let us know like how that anime is, because I'm curious to watch it. So, and if it's anime of the year, you know, it's got to be something, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I heard a lot of good things and a lot of memes from this anime here, so I can understand see why. And it also won like many other awards, like best antagonist character is the Roman Sakuna. Don't know who that is, but it's from that anime as well. So you know, it's probably the best antagonist there. What else did it won? It won the best ending. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's like the ending theme song on the animation, because when they're showcasing it, the artwork and it's cool with the music. It's actually pretty good to watch.
It sounds like it. Looks like it. Just because they have best opening and best ending as well.
Yeah, actually no. Best opening was
best
Beastar.
Yeah, I mean in general, they have best opening, best ending. So I assume you're correct where it's the ending song.
Yeah. What really stuck out for me was I haven't watched Beastar, but when I saw the opening for the Beastar that they awarded to, it's actually pretty cool. It's not like some anime drawing; it's actually stop motion figures moving around. So I thought that was pretty cool and unique. Yeah.
I also give props to Tower of God, which is, I believe, from Webtoons. So it's like a Korean thing, right?
Yeah. Tower of God. I remember when I started off Webtoons. Tower of God was like one of them that kind of popped up in my recommendation, and now seeing it's in an anime now, it's like, oh dang, it's pretty good then. Only read like the first 2 chapters. I was there when it just started, so I didn't really jump back into it.
That's pretty cool, and it wins best score. So congrats, Tower of God.
Yeah. What do you think by best score? Like,
or like
5
overall,
stars?
like, I mean, I would assume so. I just assume like their music's really good. I haven't seen it, so so much anime I haven't seen. It's sad. I'm not a weeb, I guess.
I know. I'm even wearing a Naruto shirt too, but you know, Boruto's not even in it, so
not even Boruto's dad.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Oh, he's not even in it, but that's okay. Like, you know, and I thought Demon Slayer was going to be part of it, but Demon Slayer came out in 2019, so I guess it wouldn't fit this category here. So
yeah, maybe when the movie gets subtitled properly, officially.
Oh, when is it gonna come out, man? We know it's out in Japan long.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But what's taking so long? Is it because they're trying to dub it before they release it?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
maybe wait for like a theatrical release as well. I mean, like not theatrical, but I mean like put it into theaters, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Are you a dub fan?
No.
No. No.
I can't watch dub.
That's fair. I don't know. It's like I'm 50-50, right? I prefer subs because it's the original. But it depends which version I watch first.
That's fair.
So like for example, Pokemon. I cannot watch Jap Pokemon. It's just weird to me.
Yeah,
when they don't say Charizard, they'll just say some Japanese word. I'm sure that's like that's the original name, which is fine. It's just like, no, that's Charizard, man. So yeah, there's just some animes that I can't watch in Jap, and for sure most animes I can't watch dub. So
yeah, no, I agree with you there. I think for me it's like definitely like Dragon Ball, Pokemon, even like Yu-Gi-Oh back then. Like I watched it in English and then trying to watch in Japanese, I'm like, I don't remember this.
Right?
Like Ash is like his voice is even higher, I think, in Japanese Pokemon.
Oh really?
I know like Goku's voice is definitely higher in Dragon Ball.
That's like, I don't know. I felt like it's too high for his character, but then again, you know, we grew up the dub, so his voice is way lower. So our minds are set to.
Yeah, that's crazy. though. I mean, if I watch like an anime, like maybe like the same anime like 2 times, maybe 3 times, then I'll watch it like dub because it's like I get the general story now. I know the visuals.
True. Yeah, that's
But,
true.
Yeah, generally I'm same mindset. It's just gotta watch. I'd rather watch sub over dub. But
Yeah.
dub is convenient though.
It is. Yeah, I don't have to intensely stare at subtitles. I can actually see the whole pictures.
If only we need more Japanese.
Yeah, right. Right. So, yeah.
Yeah. So again, if you guys want to watch the whole like Crunchyroll anime awards, we'll just post a link to the highlight reel, which is like 5 minutes of just all the awards, kind of like all in one place. Otherwise, I think there's like a 3-hour or 20 or something long, like
Something long, like the
full ceremony. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably a bit longer than that. So.
Yeah. It's actually an hour and a half.
Oh, okay.
Looking
That's
through here
not
on
too
YouTube.
bad.
Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll Collection channel.
Yeah.
So
It's weird because like I've never heard that Crunchyroll doing an award ceremony until now.
Oh really? They also did 2020.
Okay. So I guess they started doing it more recently then, at least.
Yeah. Oh, I bet you Demon Slayer won award in that one too.
Oh, probably.
Also, maybe I watch it now.
Alright.
Yeah.
Other than that, we got last but not least, our last game topic for this video. It's the Pokemon presentation. So they had one more presentation. I think it was the day after the Nintendo Direct too. I think.
It came out on.
No, actually no. It was like a week. It was I guess the day after the State of Play. But it was a week after the Nintendo Direct. Yeah. Again, we'll have a link for the kind of like pros of Pokemon presentation in the description below. So check it out if you guys haven't seen it yet. Otherwise, the main things they covered in this were just more announcements or more info about Pokemon Snap, which is really cool for anyone that's played the original on the
64.
Yeah, 64. Apparently there's events or I guess more stuff for Pokemon Go and some other more Pokemon games. Pokemon Masters, which is the other one.
Yep.
And remakes of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, calling it Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, which is cool. I love Diamond. I'm curious to check this out. And then a whole new game that everyone was expecting or hoping, Pokemon Legends Arceus, an open world action adventure game. So, or at least from what they showed. I mean, that's kind of how they advertised it, but yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of hard, but the thing is that's quite interesting is the two characters in Pokemon Legend. I think they're the grandparents of your character in Diamond and Pearl because they're so similar, right? And from what I understand of this game is, yeah, like you said, it's open world action RPG. I think one of the main premise is you're building up your Pokedex, right? But apparently, like, there is no Pokedex. Data found. Apparently, you're gonna start a Pokedex in finding these Pokemons in the. I think it's in the Sinnoh region. I don't know. I don't know what region.
I don't know. But, it's very mixed with every kind of Pokemon, so I don't know whatever region this is.
That's true. Yeah.
I'm surprised they have the technology to have these Pokeballs, but I guess kind of like Pokeballs are just kind of their brand at this point, so they just gotta have it.
Yeah, and their Pokeball is like quite interesting. It's like there's a little, see, old school clip where you put one piece up and then you grab the other piece down to lock it in. It's like those flicky thing. I don't know what you call it, but yeah, they look like pretty ancient style. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's not like modern technology where it's a button. So
yeah. We finally get a Breath of the Wild Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm like, my thoughts to it is I'm probably down to see what it's like. I'm quite interested to it, because they show off a simple gameplay where you kind of hide in the grass and then you
Mhm.
just stalk your Pokemon and just chuck a ball at them and you're like, "Poop." I think one of the cool thing is that the battle mechanics. So it's not kind of like where they go like zoom into a black screen and open the black screen again. Then you're like in this certain position now, right?
Yeah.
It's more like wherever you're standing now, and the Pokemon's there, just drop your Pokemon to battle, and then it's like right there in the fight. So
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting how like the fights go, especially if the combat's actually not turn-based and it's actually like combat-based, like action combat.
I think it is turn-based when they
Is it full
showcase it.
turn-based? Mm.
Yeah, because one of the scenes is when they're fighting, when you're fighting a Pokemon, you still have the option to click which attack.
Oh, okay.
So but it's probably more flashy or something. I'm assuming.
Hopefully.
But,
It still looks kind of like early-ish in development, and I mean, it's not coming out till like at least 2022, so
that's true. Yeah.
hopefully
It'll be
it'll get better.
It'd be pretty cool where your Pokemon's fighting with the other Pokemon, but you as your character, you don't have to stand behind your Pokemon. You can just literally run around. I think that'd be pretty interesting. Like, oh, it's so real. Like, I don't have to stand here. I can literally walk around. So,
They
but
should do it like
I'm actually quite.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Oh, I was like, but I like how they incorporated Arceus. Because from what I understand, Arceus is the god of all Pokemon.
Yeah.
So, kind of like, yeah, I guess it's kind of interesting to learn more of his origins, unless
It's about something else.
yeah, like jokes. Arceus has a twin. What? No, I think it's a pretty cool concept.
I remember seeing a meme just like kind of like making games about like Zelda, and it's like, because you know how Zelda has like two types of graphics, right? We have now like Breath of the Wild, and then they have like the classic like top down 2D-ish Zeldas. Yeah. So literally, the Pokemon did what Zelda just did, where you have like, you know, Pokemon Breath of the Wild now with Arceus. True. And then now we have like the Zelda chibi style like Pokemon with the new like Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. So I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, now you mention it. yeah, they totally pulled off Legend of Zelda. But they're working with Nintendo. They're like, whatever makes money, right?
I'm surprised, or at least I'm hoping that, like, you know, like where's Platinum, I guess, because I think Platinum was after this, right? Or like whatever the version that like centralizes both of them.
Yeah, Platinum. What's that Pokemon name? G. It starts with a G, I think.
Pokemon names.
It's so long. I played Pokemon. What was the last Pokemon game you played?
Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Oh, really? Okay,
yeah.
This is the newest one, eh? Let's see here. What is his name?
All right. Well, David searches that up. Just to explain anything more about Pokemon Snap. Pokemon Snap just seems more or less kind of like the successor of what the original Pokemon Snap was, but it seems just more engaging. Even though, like, yes, it is on rails and you're just taking pictures, I think the interactions that they're showing, you know, like being able to place like fruit down and having the actual animals like come by, because I've heard like stories of like where before it wasn't like as simple as that. I mean, it was like even just more simple, where you're just poking the Pokemon until they like react, and then you're taking a picture or something like that. So I guess now
it's Giratina.
Okay.
Giratina.
Yeah. Okay,
Ghost and Dragon.
There we go.
He always creeps me out. But anyways, yeah, Pokemon Snap.
So Pokemon Snap is just this seems like there's a lot more things to do, and I guess a lot more ways to get pictures and different, I guess, looks and stuff. So it seems really fun. It's like casual. You get to take pictures of Pokemon, and I heard you can like, I don't remember if they said that they had like an app or something, but anyways, I'm pretty hyped. Like
I played this Nintendo 64 Pokemon Snap. I was a simple-minded kid. I didn't really play as much just because I had no idea what I was doing. I'm just like, oh, pictures, okay. Well, I don't know what to do next after that. So, like I had fun just kind of like taking pictures. I think the fun part is actually seeing the Pokemon behaving in nature instead of like just standing in front of you and just like waiting for you to tell them what they do. Right? They're living creatures, and you actually see what they do when they're living creatures. So, I thought it was nice to see that they brought it back for the Switch. I wonder if they have like the motion sensors.
Oh, like the gyro, you can like
the gyro. I wonder if they will add that feature.
Yeah, that'd be that'd be interesting.
That'd be pretty cool, right? I like how they I like how the environment is like really nice. It looks natural. Each Pokemon looks like they fit in their own environment. So it's good. I got hyped up with the Venusaur jumping. Yeah, when I saw that, I'm like, oh snap, is he gonna jump into the water? I'm like, oh, he actually jumped in. Venusaur is technically gigantic, right? It's like a giant beast, right? So just seeing him jump like that, I'm like, wow. And then in the game, it was actually a 4-star worth of picture, and yeah, I think each photo is based on ranks, so I think 4 stars is pretty high. I don't know if there's a 5-star, but they showcase as 4 stars, like, oh, it's really good, you get lots of points, got a lot of money and stuff. So I think the new thing they add was it's like the luminous ball thing.
Luminous ball.
It's like
you can like change their color or something, right?
Yeah,
that'd be interesting. Cool. You can make them glow or something. That's
I remember. I wonder if you can convert them into shinies. Hey, be a shiny Pikachu. Boom.
Fake shiny.
Yeah, fake shiny. Go. Yeah, it seems like it's more of like a community-based game where you try to get the best photo of a Pokemon and share it to the world. I know they showcase that. Yeah, like you can play against the world, just kind of show off the photo and stuff. So that'd be pretty cool. And then they showcase legendary Pokemons too, like Celebi popped up. Yeah, I'm actually quite interested to see, is it like a rare moment, like it's random that a legendary Pokemon, or is it kind of like it's a fixed story where you're like, oh yeah, I know you're gonna come out. So I'm actually quite interested to see if it's gonna be random.
I hope it's both. Like it's a rare moment. Like there's rare moments of like other legendaries, but then like you have like at least a story moment. So then at least everyone gets, you know, something nice, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but I like it was so cute when Vaporeon was smiling after you give him an apple, like he'll eat this apple.
Oh, it's so cute.
So cute. It's funny when I was watching it with my fiance, she was like, the way the trailer present is they just took a random picture of Vaporeon, but when they threw an apple and it smiled, like it didn't take a picture, and my fiance was like, yo, what the heck? That's like 4-star value. What the heck is this guy doing? I'm like, whoa, relax. It's so cute. So as you can see, someone is already hyped up for the game. See, there's so much potential he can do. So
yeah, I'm glad there's another chill like Pokemon game coming, and it's like kind of like a side thing, but like it's still fun. It's still good. And like that just shows like, you know, like how long Pokemon's been around for too, right? And that's why they started with the like, what is it, 25-30 years of Pokemon, and like the adventures that, you know, from the card game to the, you know, the original Pokemon on the Game Boy and stuff like that, to like the like tournaments and online esports and all that crazy stuff. So it's pretty cool. It's very like a good nostalgia trip, and the way they like presented everything was really good. It was too good.
Yeah. I was like, oh yeah, I remember. I got the Game Boy Advance too. and there's a lot of new things I didn't know like Pokemon had. Like apparently the Game Boy Advance had a card reader pack.
Oh yeah,
you just stick it and there's a card reader. I'm like, what the? How did that exist? I was like, well, that's new to me. So yeah, it took me back in time of feeling nostalgic. I was like, oh yeah, I remember I had Red, and I realized I was too dumb to play Red, so I got my friend to beat the game for me, and then I got bragging rights saying, yeah, I beat the game. Yeah, what was your first Pokemon game you ever played, Tim?
It was definitely Pokemon like Yellow. on the
yellow,
Game
yeah.
Boy. Yeah, like it wasn't mine. It was like it was someone else's, and they let me play it. And I was like, wow, this is crazy.
Bro, it felt so revolutionary when you had a Pokemon following you, eh?
Yeah.
You're just like, whoa.
Man.
I think my first. Oh, sorry. What were you saying?
It was kind of like there's a meme out there, I think, saying something like, you know, explain how old you are without explaining how old you are through like Pokemon, and then it's like,
Oh, yeah. It's like, yeah. So true. What was it? What I was saying? Oh, I was saying my very first Pokemon game that I didn't cheat, like I didn't get my friend to play for me, was actually Ruby. It was my first game I ever beat and was committed to. Yeah, like when I saw the old school Ruby, I'm like, oh, my first level 100 Pokemon, my Swampert. Oh, I miss that guy. I wonder where he is right now.
Wow.
But yeah, I started off with Ruby, which they made a remake already, which is cool. Yeah. Ooh, Pokemon, 25 years. It's crazy how it's been 25 years, eh?
Yeah.
It's not long.
It's crazy how Mario is like 30, Pokemon's like 25. Like it's crazy how some like video game franchises are just so old now.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm not even that old yet.
Right. So yeah, but I did own the original DS Diamond. I play that, so it's gonna be pretty nice for me if I play Brilliant Diamond, the remake. I have to say, I thought the remake was going to be more of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu style. 'Cause that's what, or Swords and Shield. That's what I thought. I was just assuming because like they proven that they can make a Pokemon game more of like that kind of style. That I thought these remakes now is going to be similar, but I kind of like it that they still kept the original origin style, like top platform or top view here, but make it more chibi and more, I don't know, how do you say it, more poly style, clean looking than pixels. So yeah, I was really happy to see that. So yeah, I'm pretty hyped about it, but I don't think there's nothing much really changed, right? It's just a full remake. There's nothing new added.
I think there's some quality of life changes.
Oh, okay.
In terms of maybe like online and trading and just like some other like quality of life issues from like that they usually fix, I think. I'm not too sure about all the like the list of like quality of, but I know that there's definitely some quality of life stuff that they planned on adding that is like that people complain about in the original like Diamond Pearl, and then so we'll see how that goes. But I'm sure that anyone that has played the original will definitely be excited to possibly pick up the remake. So it's pretty cool. Good news.
And you said you played Diamond, right?
Yeah.
What was your starter Pokemon?
Is that the one with Torterra?
Yeah.
Yeah, I picked the Turtwig. There you go. That's the one.
Turtwig. I think I picked Chimchar first, but for some reason, I guess Fire Pokemon sucks right at the beginning, so I got annoyed, so I went to Piplup. So I'm like, all right, Piplup, you back me up here. But yeah, I started with Chimchar and then got mad because I was too dumb. I didn't know the types at the time, so I just like, nah, give me Piplup. Yeah, but I don't think they'll make Platinum remake just because they made Omega Ruby and Omega Sapphire, but there was no Emerald,
right?
So I'm pretty sure they're not gonna make Platinum.
Yeah,
but if they were, what would you call it?
Oh man,
Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearls. Something Platinum.
Something Platinum.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's a hard one.
I don't know.
Oh.
That's a hard one. Yeah.
Anyways, the one thing that wasn't showing in their Pokemon presentation was, which is kind of funny because they're heavily marketing kind of now or maybe for any specifically like North American Canadian users, they've been showing some Pokemon Unite, which
Oh,
is
what is
a
that?
Pokemon game that is made uh, for mobile, but it's also going to be on the Switch, and it's going to have like cross play and cross progression and something like that, I think. But essentially a Pokemon MOBA. MOBA being multiplayer online battle arena, kind of like League of Legends or Smite, stuff like those. So, yeah, apparently the open beta is coming this month, and they didn't really say
No
anything about it.
way. No way. Really? This month?
Yeah, so it'll be out for North Americans and Canadians, I think, from sometime this month. So pre-register on Android, pre-register on Apple, if you can.
Can you? I'm
It's-
curious now.
I at least I can on Android. I'm hyped just because it's a Switch game and a mobile game, and so far I seem to
Yeah.
be liking these like Nintendo games in general, even though they're not necessarily made by Nintendo. So that's like kind of like an interesting kind of fun fact that even though they didn't say anything, they're kind of low key kind of putting it out there. So
Yeah, I'm actually hyped up for it because I like the concept of MOBA. Just because like it's like, all right, destroy this tower and keep going, fight minions, or wait, something happens and you gotta learn how to counter. I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope they make the character you can choose, like Pokemon you can choose in the battle arena, is Magikarp. I'm really hoping Magikarp is one of the playable Pokemon in the mobile game, and just imagine Magikarp just coming in, and then you just get like what penta killed by Magikarp. You're like, oh, what the heck?
Splash
You
did
know,
nothing.
Splash super effect. It did nothing, but then when you ult, you become Gyarados, and you're like, oh, what the heck? Oh,
Yeah, I think they I know that they somewhere like either Pokemon Company or somewhere on the YouTube they showed like a battle match with the Pokemon creator himself, and like it's like a 4-on-4 or 5v5 or something, and they showed just like a full match with commentary and stuff. Pretty cool. There's like Snorlax, Charizard, Pikachu, you know, your normal like Pokemon out there. So, and it was interesting. It's kind of like there's definitely the MOBA elements in there. It seems pretty simplified or like mainstreamed or streamlined, and you're going around like capturing like these points, like kind of like capture the point or like the Dominion type maps and like other type games, and you're trying to get these points, and then those get you points, and whoever has the most points by the end of the game wins. And so it's not like kind of like classic like League of Legends or Smite where like there's a crystal nexus thing at the end of each play side, and then you have to kind of go kill each other. So yeah, so it seems like there'll be more fighting, which fighting is always nice. Fighting is always fun. More action in that way. So hopefully it'll be good for mobile.
Yeah, I'm actually quite interested in if they're going to use the elements as like an effective thing.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like, will that change the game experience? It's like, okay, I take top. I'm Charizard. Oh shoot! Look, there's a Blastoise on top lane too. am I at a disadvantage here, or is it just it doesn't matter about elements? You just go at it. So,
well, I guess we'll find out, huh?
Yeah, I think that kind of will make the game interesting, but a bit annoying at the same time too.
Probably a bit more annoying than interesting. But
yeah, because like I'm pretty sure if you have first pick,
yeah,
you're like, hey, yo, they pick a Charizard for top lane. Yo, I know what to pick now.
Literally get countered.
Yeah, so hope they don't do that then.
Yeah, that's essentially the Pokemon presentation. Yeah, and just we're doing this type of episode because we know we did a live react to the Nintendo Direct specifically because we were both available at the time to actually watch when they aired live, or at least nearby sometime. And so it's kind of just cool that a bunch of these events, you know, popped up after, which we didn't have time to kind of go over. So hopefully you guys, the viewers, were able to enjoy this, as you know, it's cool to see like upcoming games and just like future projects that these like developers have planned for, you know, the next few years, which is always really cool. Like, just to like whether it's showcasing or whether it's you're hyped about the new Pokemon Breath of the Wild.
Oh, it's actually Pokemon Legend Arceus team. There's a title now. But I know what you mean. It definitely gives Breath of the Wild impression of it. So
Yeah, so let us know in the comments below if you guys enjoy this video, as well as give us a like, just to show us that you guys do enjoy you guys do enjoy this video. So if you guys do enjoy these videos, then hit that subscribe button as well. So it shows us what we're doing is pretty cool and interesting at least, and that it helps us motivate us to make more content for you guys as well.
And help us out with animes. Yeah, man, we're so behind these anime awards. Man. We don't even know what these animes are. Definitely help us out by just letting us know in the comments of maybe which anime we should watch first, or give us a little synopsis or a theme to it. Yeah, definitely help us out there.
Do you guys agree that Jujutsu Kaisen is anime of the year?
Yeah, convince us why.
Yeah, convince us why.
And as well as we do have an Instagram account, so if you want to support us there, you can follow us on Instagram. As well as we have a Facebook page as well. You can help us there too. Just give us a like on the page. But yeah, we like to thank you all viewers for helping us out here. It's been fun making videos for you guys. So yeah.
Hopefully, in the upcoming weeks, we're working on a kind of like a series of just like free-to-play games, because free-to-play games are definitely worth getting into, but sometimes whether you have time or not, it's kind of like up to you. Whether you're choosing especially when you're choosing a paid game over a free game. So hopefully as we go over some of these free games, whenever we finish these types of videos, then we'll let you know when. So hit that notification button.
Yeah, hit that button. Ding.
Anyways, we're the Fridays. I hope you guys enjoy your day. See you guys.
Bye.